Hey guys, welcome back to Broken Journey, the podcast. I am your host, Elba Rivera. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're having a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening. Whenever it is that you're listening to this podcast, I hope that your day is going well. Today might be a short podcast. I was actually getting ready for work, and I'm doing my morning routines where I go and I get my coffee and I start getting ready mentally to come to work, and I do my morning prayers and I do my affirmations to get my day started. And when I was doing my affirmations, I started thinking to myself, how many people out there do not know about affirmations? How many people out there don't know that you can talk positive things to your mind and you can make it into a reality, right? So I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about it, and, in hopes that it will help somebody out there, right? So first things first, what are affirmations? An affirmation is a short, powerful statement, right? They allow you to consciously be in control of your thoughts. And when you say them or think them, they become the thoughts that shapes your reality. A lot of people do not know and do not realize that, traumas from your past, people talking, negative things to you and saying, maybe let's say, you're not worth anything. You're not going to be anybody just like your dad. You're not going to be anybody like your mom and things like that. Those things stay in your subconscious mind, right? And unless you start cleaning house basically in your subconscious mind, you're going to continue to get negative things. You're going to continue to do negative things because you're not affirming good things in your life, right? So again, affirmations is firmly declaring a positive thought and assertiveness to the truth. So you want to make sure that every morning you start talking positively to yourself so that it can get your day started. It can start you off on the right foot, right? So for me, it's very important for me to get started, especially with everything that's going on in this world. When you are feeding your subconscious mind, you want to make sure that you are aware of what you are listening to, what you are reading, what you are seeing on TV or listening to on the radio, right? Because those things also feed your mind. And you want to make sure that you're not feeding it only negative things, right? Of course, we have to pay attention to certain things that are going on in the news and stuff like that. But a lot of that is negative. So sometimes I'll skip a few days. And it's bad in a way because then you're like, oh my God, what happened? I didn't know that this was going on. But I try to keep away from the negative stuff because I don't want that negativity around me, right? And so going back to affirmations, there are so many things that you can do to affirm positive things in your life, to affirm those dreams, those goals, those visions, because all those things are given to you by God, by the universe, whoever you believe in. Those things are given to you. And guess what? Your gifts are your gifts alone. No one else has those gifts but you. So you need to start by affirming them. When you feel in your heart, when you feel like there is something that you need to do, is because the universe is putting that in there for you. Because The universe knows that you have those talents, you have the gifts, you have everything that you need to fulfill that goal. You just need to remember to not be afraid. And fear is good in some ways, but fear can also stop you. So you need to think about those things, right? So how do you get started with affirmations, right? Write them down. Write down the affirmations that you want to achieve in your life, right? So a lot of times people will put I am in front of every affirmation. So let's say, I am powerful. I am beautiful. For people who feel like they're not beautiful, right? For people who feel that they are not worthy, right? So you can say, I am worthy. I am beautiful. I am productive, right? For people who feel like they're not productive. I can reach any goal that I set my mind to. Those are some of the affirmations that you want to put forth, right? And so if you're interested in affirmations, but you don't know where to get started, look within yourself. Look within things that you feel that you would like to accomplish in life, right? Start closing your eyes, right? Take a moment, close your eyes, start imagining yourself in a place that you want to be, right? Let's say that you want to do acting. Start imagining yourself up in Broadway, or imagine yourself on television. And these things can be accomplished, but you have to put forth the work, right? Because affirmations are not going to happen just because. You affirm them, but then you also work towards them, right? And I believe that if you keep talking about it, you keep working at it, these things will become a reality. And I will tell you that I have done different affirmations over the past 9 years. And I remember that, I put vision boards, all over my house. So I put vision boards, and now I have a big vision board in my office. And I start writing things down, and when something comes to my mind, I write it down and I stick it on the vision board, right? Because these are things that I want to accomplish, right? And let me tell you, when these things are accomplished and you see them, you start to think, wow, I can't believe that I achieved that. I put it in my mind, and every day I kept affirming it, and it became a reality. So, guys, don't think that it cannot be done. It can be. And so, again, step 1, you want to start putting in things that are powerful to you, right? Let me just give you like some examples. Hold on a second. I am doing my best. I choose to be happy and to love myself today. I am brave, bold, and beautiful. I am talented and excellent. I am free of worry and regret. I believe in myself. I am becoming confident every single day, right? You can also say, I'm a blessing to everyone around me. And everyone around me is a blessing to me. I believe in what I can do. I believe in who I am. Every day I become more and more blessed, right? Everything I desire to be, God has put something so special in me. And all I have to do is wake up to it. So, those are different affirmations. Those are certain things that, you can write, you can talk about, you can say. Again, affirmations are personal. So you want to look at what you want to achieve, right? And then whatever it is that you want to achieve, then you start putting it into action. You start putting those words into your mind. Say them first thing in the morning. Say them right before bedtime. A lot of people do 10 to 15 affirmations and write them down, right? I have a whole bunch. And I switch them out here and there. And then I start going back to them, right? And those affirmations, when you go to bed, make sure that you are saying these affirmations. Make sure you do not skip a day, because when you go to sleep, the last thing that you read, the last thing that you saw on TV, the last thing you heard is what's going to be in your subconscious mind overnight. So make sure that whatever you're feeding your mind is positive, so that you could wake up in a better mood, right? There's so many people who suffer with depression and anxiety and things like that. And, of course, some things are to a level where you have to go and get therapy. But then there are some ways that you can work things out so that you are starting by doing it yourself, right? So anyway, guys, affirmations are, I will tell you, they are crucial to everyday life. And you can go and Google. You can go and Google and look at affirmations. As soon as you Google affirmations, there's so many websites that can help you figure out how to get started with the affirmations, because there's a lot of people who don't know what to do because they're not aware of what affirmations are, right? And actually, I Googled it this morning before I came on, and there's one website that's called the Daily Goal Getter. So it's GOALGETTER, the Daily Goal Getter. And she has a whole bunch of different affirmations there. And she has a whole bunch of products that you can actually purchase where you're looking at it on a daily basis. She has some cards that you can check out, and you can, actually pick one out every single day and say the affirmation, And then if you have Instagram, you can go on there and Google affirmations, right? I personally sometimes listen to Daraj Global. He is actually on Clubhouse, and I know a lot of people don't have Clubhouse because it's something that you need to be invited to. However, he does affirmations for you to listen to overnight, which actually helps you as well mentally while you're sleeping. Again, while you're sleeping, you want to feed your mind positive thoughts, so that when you're waking up in the morning, your subconscious mind is clean of negative thoughts, and there's positive thoughts right on top of it, right? Or right over it, let's say. You kind of want to make sure that you're balancing out your time when you're sleeping, right? And make sure that you're feeding yourself positive things all the time. So guys, I just wanted to talk about affirmations, since I was doing the affirmations this morning, and it just, it felt like it was something that I needed to talk about for some reason. I have no idea. God always directs me and kind of gives me things to talk about, which I'm so grateful for. And, for me, it was talk about affirmations. And again, you can Google search this. There are so many websites that have positive affirmations. You can actually Google images. If you are not sure what you want to say to yourself, Google images. And there are so many things out there that you can actually print and post it somewhere. Or you can take what you need from that one image and then take from another image to another image to another image and build your own through all those different affirmations, right? So I wanted to do one last affirmation, and I want you to say this with me. I am worthy. I love life. I deserve to have the best life. I am a magnet of miracles. Happiness comes to me easily. I choose positive, happy thoughts. I trust the process of life. All is well in my world. I am open and receptive to all good in my life. I am grateful and I am blessed. I love myself. I believe in myself. I am proud of myself. And I am brave, bold, beautiful, and worthy. Guys, that's it for today. I hope, again, that you're having a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening whenever you are listening to this. And if you felt like this is good for someone in your life, pass it along. Thank you. Bye, guys.